Angeles, or Fullerton. I know it's not really LA. Mega City 1. Stick your fingers in the air like this, everybody. Like this, like this. No, not like this. It's not the same thing. Don't make it come down there, Fullerton. This one is us. This one is you. Together, so we like to call the two-tone army.
Hi everybody, it's Noriega here with the Scene Report. We are with Mr. Bucket of the Toasters. We're going to ask him a few questions here. What are the Toasters up to currently?
Well, right now, Ray, we're on a tour of the West Coast, and then we have a tour in Europe coming up right after that, and later in the year, a tour in Australia, China, Japan, Malaya, Philippines, Korea, and Hawaii.
So with Moon Records and Megalith, you pushed a lot of different bands. Who is your favorite that you've kind of worked on, and who do you feel like you put your own little bit of personality into?
Well, we had a lot of bands that we worked on. You know, some of the ones which are more successful perhaps aren't my favorite bands for reasons that are historical at this point. But at the moment, there's some really cool new bands coming out. I'd point towards people who like two-tone style. This band who's playing right now, the Two-Tone Lizard Kings.
Really good guys.
Out of Phoenix, Arizona, if you had a chance to talk to them. But there's also a really cool band out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is not really where you expect to be the wellspring of great ska bands. But they're a band called the Drop Steppers, and they're playing a cool version of 60s rock steady music. People should check them out.
Wow, that sounds really cool. So I'm a 90s kid. I watched Kablam like a lot of kids around my age. You guys were actually credited for the theme songs as the Moon Ska Stompers. Why did you guys get credited as that?
Well, how that happened at that time is we were approached. We were in the middle of recording the Hard Band for Dead CD at the time, and we're also doing at the same time a Christmas record for a Japanese company. So a lot of the guys, it was in between tours, so a bunch of the guys kind of like a little burned out, and all of a sudden out of the blue we got asked by the Kablam people to write all the theme music for that TV show. But my guys were literally so fried I couldn't ask them to do a triplicate project. So we put together a band which was out of the Moon Ska stable at that time, with some Ghosts of Toasters Past and a couple of guys in Friends band. So that was as a Moon Ska Stompers, and a lot of the ideas that we created for that series went on to become songs in their own right on the album. So it was actually a pretty cool thing to do. The one hand washed the other, and there's a lot of fuel. But writing that, we were asked to write. We wrote 280 tunes, some of which were just bumper music. So it was going in and writing an 11-second tune. I tell you what, it's incredible now how many people come to the show and say, you know what, the first time I saw your band, or the first time I encountered your band, was listening to Kablam. So it just shows to me that the power of TV has over our kids. So now I don't let my kids watch TV so much now.
I have that nostalgia feel. Two-Tone Army is one of my favorite songs. So not too long ago we had a couple ska boards, Ska Summit and OC Ska, and while the East Coast and West Coast ska has two very separate scenes, we're kind of a little more goofy. You guys are a little bit more serious out there. A lot of Toasters fans didn't have a lot of prime words to say about us. What's kind of your take on the difference between East Coast ska and West Coast ska? Kind of the Biggie and Tupac of ska music. What?
I think in a way, there's a little bit of divergence between the scenes, because out here ska music kind of went its own way and mixed in a lot of punk rock and other influences, and some of the guys on the East Coast are a little bit more traditional, more into two-tone and rocksteady, and traditional guys tend to be a little bit more conservative. So perhaps there's a difference between just you free thinkers out here in California making things run your own way. But look at the success some of these bands have had. You're talking about Real Big Fish and No Doubt, and a lot of bands have really springboarded on some great things, and that's redounded into our favor too. So at the end of the day, it's all ska music. So let's get together on the dance floor and not be diverse on the message board.